know what's happening. It is Happiness is Easy. It's Dominic Nelson Ashley. It's Nicola Morgan. It's the dream team. Yes, here we are. And we're kicking off with Nicola. What's she wearing? Is that a snood from the 1980s? Is it a scarf? Or is it a double jumper combination? That's what we need to know. Ha.
It's a nice warm scarf because I'm in the garden.
Excellent stuff. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm all good. You know why I'm all good? Because we're taking Happiness is Easy to the next level. When you people out there see the logo, you're gonna know that you'll know we're serious. You know we're serious about happiness. That's it. How?
It's nice and colourful. Pink and blue and yellow.
There we go. Essential combinations.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So how's your week been, Dominic?
You know, I'm having the kitchen redone. You know, a bit of upheaval. So if you hear noise clanging about, it's just people coming in and out, sorting out kitchens. You know how it is. It's like, hey, every once in a while, you need to get stuff done. Remodel the kitchen, make the house like it a bit more livable. Now that it's just the two of us, you know, we can go like, ah, yes, all this stuff. Kids are crazy good, like, because they're never here, but like, well, you can't touch my stuff in the room. You can't touch my stuff. You haven't been here for a year. Can't touch my stuff. Can we move your clothes to a corner, put them in a wardrobe? No, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, it's my stuff. It's my room. Yeah. But you live 100 miles away.
Yeah, absolutely. The other one, hilarious. Like, you know, my son's a doctor, just been doing like exams to be a surgeon. Cool. So his head's not in the zone. He says no, his zone's he's focused. He's focused. So he said, he said, he phoned me up. He said, I want to talk to you at 5 o'clock. I said, okay. You phoning me up at 5 o'clock? That's very interesting. He was very precise on the time. Okay. So I'm waiting by the phone 5 o'clock. Right? Doesn't phone. Phones me at 20 past 5. I just start laughing. I don't know what it's about. I said he's miscalculated the finances. Of course he has. Why is he miscalculating the finances? Because his head's in the zone. He's in the academic zone. All right. He goes, Dad. I said, I just start laughing. He says, can I borrow 200 quid? I said, I start laughing. No, you don't. You want 300. He said, no, it's 200. He said, 200. I said, we'll call it 200 with an option for another 100 on top. I ran up through his finances with him, like how the ups and downs of the next 6 months are going to be. I said, like, okay, you're a doctor, you do a lot of locum stuff, nice, but you're taking a month off because you've got exams to do. You haven't factored that in. You haven't factored it.
Yeah.
He said, "This, you love this one. He loves this one. This is fantastic." I said, he said he's got money for Valentine's, right? Right, to take his girlfriend out. They've been going out 6 years, you know, it's strong. I said he's got money for Valentine's, but he hasn't got money for the 19 days. For 19 days in the month. I said, you don't have Valentine's money, right? What you have money to live on, just about, but you don't have Valentine's money. Yeah, why don't you have you talk to your girlfriend? Say how about delaying Valentine's to next month? He says he can't do that. I said, you ain't serious. You ain't serious. When you had kids, you're gonna delay things all the time. So anyway, we got back to the finances. We got back to the finances. It goes like, I only want 200. I said, no. I said, you want 300. I said, I tell you what, we'll call it, I'll send you the 300. And if you don't use it, that's all fine. I put the phone down, right? I called him back. I said, remember that 800 I lent you because you wanted to go to Glastonbury? You wanted Glastonbury tickets. You haven't paid me back yet. He said, oh, he hadn't factored that in. I said, okay. I said, I did that. I did up all the money he owed me. I said, it's like, yeah, I said, it's like 1,500. I said, okay. Okay. He said he can start paying me back end of the month. I said, he said in 2 installments. I said, no, you're not. He said, yes. He's got A-level maths, you know. Um, I, said, your head's not in the game. So I then broke out the 6 months. How his finances going to go up and down because he's going abroad for a bit. He's got studying to do, plenty of exams to do. I said, I said, what I don't want you to do is to start stressing over money. You're a doctor. You're gonna be a surgeon. You will make money, right?
Yeah, he's not going to have to worry about money in the future.
You're not gonna have to worry about it. So I don't want you stressing out just because you think I'm gonna be putting pressure on you, right? I said, it's not like that. I said, hey, come back to me August. I said, you can try and pay me back in end of the, half of it at the end of February. I said, but I'm not going to have it because I know you're just going to borrow it again. Come back to me end of August and we'll chat about it. Hilarious. I just been texting him pound emojis and laughing. Because the thing is, when he was at school, his nickname was the Algebra King because he was so good at maths, right? So just.
But he's thinking about whatever bits of people he has to chop up, not.
Exactly. So I said to him, your head's not in the game right now. I fully understand. You're trying to save lives. You're trying to do exams. Your head's not in the game. So, you're going to make mistakes. You need to, that's why you need to, in quiet moments, you need to ring fence time. Yeah. Breathe deep, sort out your life, structure it out, things that you need to do. Otherwise, I know plenty of people who've had lots of money, get lots of money on a regular basis, but they're always skint.
Yeah, that's probably me. Yeah, but that's really good because the thing is, he is concentrating at the moment on something else, isn't he? And that's why we have to work in teams and rely on other people, isn't it?
Absolutely, I call it like.
You don't have to do everything on your own.
Absolutely, I tend to. My favorite phrase is, I tend to view things as a tag team. A wrestling analogy there. So it's a case of like, okay, you've got to be a part of a team. You need people to look at your blind spots and you look at theirs and you cover so all the bases are covered.
Yeah, that's good. That's really great because that's a good thing for a surgeon to learn.
It is.
Some of them are not great at empathy.
Exactly. So I'm trying to make sure he has all those soft skills as well. There's no point. I mean, and we've all been to hospital. Everybody goes to hospital sooner or later, and whenever you go, you always sooner or later you're going to run into that doctor who's just got empathy bypass. Must pass all the grades, knows everything, can't communicate.
Yeah, quite a few.
We're cutting off your right leg. Why? Just because.
Don't ask me. Don't question my authority.
Don't ask questions. It's below your pay grade, but it's my leg.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I found out why my microphone's not working.
You haven't plugged it in, have you? You haven't plugged it in, have you?
Yeah, it could come out. So it's changed to my snowball microphone now. So hopefully the sound will be better. Right. Well, I'm glad that your son is having the support that he needs from his dad.
We all need support at different stages of our lives, and there's that sort of support changes depending on the circumstance, age, etc.
I've said to my kids, we deliberately don't do the same. It's an approach that some people have with their kids, and that obviously works for them. But for us, if we give one some money, we don't have to give the other the same amount of money that day. Because they've got different needs. So one of them might need an iPad because they're doing an art course or whatever. They get an iPad. The other one later on might need something else. They might need a holiday.
Yeah. You haven't met my daughter, have you?
At the same time.
You haven't met my daughter, have you?
Does she negotiate the same as her brother gets?
Hey, she does law. I said that. You can imagine.
Yeah, I can.
Oh dear. That's life though, isn't it? The ups and downs, the pluses and the minuses. But bottom line is we all need each other and we need to do teamwork. And you can call it whatever you like. You can call it couples, you can call it tag teams, you can call it just like, hey, you can call it whatever you like. But at the end of the day, we need a community and we need people to help each other.
Absolutely. And you know a lot about this from being a mentor for so many years, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I've been doing it. I was doing it before it was called that. Before that, it used to be called that. Dominic, you just damn nosy.
Now they call nosiness curiosity, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Rebrand it any way you like to like nosy, but thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so thanks for sorting out the logo.
Well, teamwork. Sometimes you got to call the right person and the right person, because, obviously we want to take this thing to the next level, So you've got to sometimes you just got to go, you have your ideas, but you need other people to take that vision to move it to the next level.
Yeah, that's right.
I've had graphic design ideas, you've had graphic design ideas. So I called up a friend whose ethos ties in with ours. I might have to get him on the show one day.
Yeah.
Like, he's all about happiness, well-being. Ultimately, he wants to live off grid. No, but not a great idea for your computer program, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that one day.
Yeah. That's quite a difficult thing to do, to live off grid, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think people are slowing down on their social media a bit. I don't know if they are or not. But so many people decided they're not going to use Facebook anymore. They're not going to use anything owned by Meta. They're not doing Twitter. And there's not much left after that.
Pigeons.
Yeah. Go back to phones. I think WhatsApp is owned by Meta as well.
Probably. But the thing with capitalism is that, you have these lots, like 10 small companies, and then one big one will buy all the little ones until ultimately you've just got like one big company owning everything.
Yep, that's what's happening.
And then they go like, hey, take it or leave it.
Yeah, that's right. So what did you want to talk about this week, Dominic, other than the need for teamwork, which is very important?
Should we talk about poetry?
Yeah, well, that's what I had planned. But then I had a few days with really bad sleep. Do you ever get that?
Oh, I tell you, you want to talk to me about sleep? You want to talk to me about sleep? We can move poetry aside. It's always there in the background. We can bring that back, but we can talk about sleep. I tell you, right. Hey, when you wake up and you just feel absolutely exhausted and you don't know why, right? Yeah. What I decided to do, right, get the data, because you can't make proper decisions without collecting the information. So I bought a smartwatch. There are many different brands available, but mine's connected to my phone, and like it tells me how many steps I've done, tells me my sleep, how much sleep I've got, how many times I woke up. Well, sometimes I wake up and I'm feeling great, right? And then halfway through the day, I feel absolutely exhausted. Realize I've only had 5.5 hours sleep. When you're supposed to get, I know it varies between people say you need between 7 and 8, and it fluctuates depending on the sort of person you are. But then you go like 5.5, woke up 3 times in the night, not good. Sometimes you look at it, you go like, oh, I've been in bed for 7 hours, and then it goes, oh, by the way, you've only had 3 hours sleep. The rest of the data, you weren't deep. Your sleep wasn't deep enough for us to get a reading. So that's it. So if you've got that's another thing. You've got to have the data. You've got to have the data. Sometimes we just go like, oh, about how I feel, which is great on one level, but on another level, I'm the sort of person I think other people need to be like. We need to get as much as possible the information so we can make the right decisions.
Yeah,
Because these things are cumulative, aren't they? If you go like, right, I feel great today, don't feel so good, feel great today, feel great today, feel great today, and then you crash, after 5 days you crash, you're like, I don't understand. I felt great. I went to bed at the right times, da, 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 da. And then you add up all the amount of sleep you've got over the week and goes like, actually,
That's
you're
why.
you're down 10 hours. You woke up that Thursday night, you woke up like 5 times in the night. Maybe you shouldn't have had that cheese and coffee just before you went to bed.
Yep. Yes, one of the days last week, I had a coffee at 4 p.m. from a coffee shop. So it had 2 shots of espresso, and I thought, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm not going to bed till 10.
It's all
That'll be
right.
okay. And my daughter told me it takes 6 hours for the amount of coffee to halve in your body. So she said at 10 o'clock now, it's going to be like you've just had an espresso.
You're buzzing.
Yeah. And it was.
Get out the rave lights and the strobes. Let's go dancing. 10 o'clock. I'm ready for clubbing. Let's go.
So I just couldn't get to sleep. It was really awful. Felt terrible the next day. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm having my caffeine in the morning, not in the afternoon. And I've got this tea called calming tea. And I had it last night instead of anything else. And I had a lovely sleep.
So what you're doing is that you're doing legitimate legal uppers and downers.
Yeah. I am. Although, yeah, well, this morning I've had a cup of uplift tea and a cup of happy tea.
This is outrageous.
So, but no, there's certain things you can do to help your sleep because it is so important, isn't it? I haven't got one of those smartwatches at the moment. I did have one a few years ago, and that was quite helpful actually. What do you do with your data? Do you check?
Yeah, I check how many steps I've done in the day. That's first thing. Actually, the first thing I do actually is check how much sleep I've had and the quality of that sleep. So it breaks it down to deep sleep, light sleep, how many times you woke up, and then I'm fortunate I'm in the position that I can make the necessary adjustments. So if I've lacked sleep, I know that or I've had enough hours of sleep, but the quality of the sleep within that time frame has not been at its optimum, then I know, right, okay, I can push myself through the day and the next day, but if I don't make some adjustments in sometime in the week to counter that, I'm going to crash and burn. And as I've had my health issues, my reservoir is not what it should be. So, I could say for Monday, for instance, I was in bed for 7 hours, but it was only asleep for 4 hours and I woke up 3 times. I know that if I keep going and don't make adjustments and say like, okay, Wednesday, I've got to take the day off, make it an easy day, right? If I just push through, by Friday, I'm going to crash and burn, and it's going to take me a long time to get back.
Mm.
And the other thing I'm trying to do, I'm not calling it a biorhythm thing. I'm trying to not have any supplements or stimulants to and let my body do what it's supposed to do, which is very hard in this day and age. Really, I fully respect that. It's like, okay, the jobs that people do, it's like you got to be there, especially if you're on 0 hours contracts or short-term contracts. It's like, okay, you're here for a particular period of time. We want you here at this time, leave at that time, and then you take the work home. You work at home and then you feel guilty because if you take time off, etc., etc., etc. I have to try to be disciplined about it, but if my body's going like, a bit tired, and feel that, know that, and then go, right, I need to take, not a nanny nap, but chill out a bit. And if I've got energy, it's just like, okay, I've got the energy now. I've got to run with this. I've got to get stuff done. Yeah. So, I mean, the alternative is, right, you get into that cycle of like, I'm tired. I'm going for coffee. Triple shots. And because also remember, the more you do stuff, the less effect it has. So you go like, oh yeah, like, 2 years ago, one shot of coffee and I'm good to go. Now I'm on 3 shots in the morning. I can't get out of bed without my 3 shots. Then evening, it's like, right, okay, I'm still buzzing. I need to go to sleep now. Okay, where's my calming tea? Give me give me it neat. Give me the concentrated packets of that. Let's go. And then you just you keep doing that by the weekend you flaked out.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard. So but it is a case of finding that balance. Because we have to. The modern life is built in a particular way, and we have to exist. We're corralled into that. So trying to like move the boundaries of that to a certain extent is rock hard. It takes planning and it takes discipline, and it takes teamwork. Because sometimes somebody has to say to you, Dom, you're overcooking it. You're overcooking it. You're pushing yourself too hard. Oh, Dom, yeah, actually, that sitting down that you're doing, that chilling out, the relaxation looks a lot like laziness. You need to snap out of it and do some stuff. Yeah, so you've got to have the data, and then you've got to, once you have the data, you've got to try and maneuver, but use that data to form your life into something that works for you.
Yeah. The trouble with the working model is it suits a particular type of person. If you've got someone who is,
A bloke,
yeah,
a young bloke,
no responsibilities.
yeah, a young bloke with no responsibilities, that it suits them down to the ground.
Yeah,
Anybody else, it does not work. You're over a
yeah.
certain age, male or female, it's not working for you.
No, if
Female, not
if you've
working,
got young children, if you're a parent with young children,
doesn't
um,
work.
no. Um, if you're a menopausal woman, doesn't work. If you've
Work,
been ill and you're rehabilitating, doesn't work.
work.
So we really do need a more flexible life.
Yeah, but the corporations aren't going to. It works for the corporations, right? Who run things,
Well, they
right?
think it does, but they're flogging everybody.
Yeah, but no, it works for them. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for the people. But it works for because their bottom line is the balance sheet, isn't it? So you can go to them and go like, yeah, this doesn't actually work for the majority of people. And they're going like, we made 9 billion last year. It's all right.
Yeah. I
This
spoke
that's the
to,
metric we're measuring it by. That's the metric we're
yeah,
measuring it by.
yeah. But I spoke to a managing director of a company in London that's a design company. And he um, decided that his company would start doing a 4-day week.
Oh yeah.
And he would pay all his employees the same as when they were doing 5 days, but they would have a day off a week where they didn't have to work. They didn't have to work from home. It was a day off to do all their life admin, to get some exercise, to have a 3-day weekend, to get some balance. And he said they didn't lose any money because everyone was happier. They were working more productively when they were at work. They weren't doing their life admin Monday to Thursday. They'd leave it all for Friday. And and everyone was happier. And he was just as productive. And there's been quite a few other experiments like that, and they've all been successful. But
Yeah.
I reckon the danger is that someone comes along and goes, right, you can do all that in 4 days. Now try 5.
Yeah.
But if we have a cultural shift, that might be okay because people don't generally work 6 days a week. Well, actually, they do, don't they? Loads of people work 6 days a week.
But I mean, it's a cultural shift. I'm conflicted because one part of me goes, in the old days, shops weren't open on a Sunday, and then the laws changed, and you know that sort of thing happened, and then it was a 9 to 5, and then there was, you know, the shops were open on the weekends, and then it turned to 0 hours contracts. So that's the direction of travel, right? On one hand, but on the other hand, part of me goes, you get to one end, and then there's a correction back. Enough people are going to go like, this isn't working. We want to change it back to something similar to how it was in the past, where it's not just a church thing or whatever. It's a case of like, oh, I'm actually burnt out and I have no life, and there's no point to actually coming to work. It's like in the pandemic, lots of people went, I've been rushing around. Rushing around hasn't really helped me. Oh, all this rushing, people stop rushing around. Oh, look, yeah, there's clouds in the sky. I thought it used to be grey smog.
Yeah, loads of people hadn't really seen much apart from darkness, had they? They get up and go to the cars or whatever, and or get on the train and spend an hour each way commuting. Suddenly they had 2 extra hours a day.
Yeah, so
and daylight.
I am conflicted. It's a case of like, okay, there is going to be, you can only go in that direction of work till the wheels fall off. And there's going to be a correction sooner, but when is that correction going to happen? And how big will that correction be? So, as they're going like, some well-meaning companies and enlightened companies going like, 4 days a week. People have got 3 days off, and they're happier and they're more productive. Okay, and then some companies will go like 4 days a week, 3 days off, same productivity. They've been slacking on me all this.
Yes, exactly. That's what I think is the danger.
They've been pulling a fast one on me. You know what? You could have your 4 days, right? 4 days work and 3 days off. I'll give you less money because you've been doing me dirty all these years of the work, not realizing that people, you can be super productive if you've got other aspects of your life sorted out. If you're sitting there at the desk trying to do work, worrying about childcare, right? You're going to be going like, you're not going to be as productive as if you're sitting there going like, childcare's sorted. I'm good, and I've had a rest. It's a different world. Fathers and mothers understand that. It's a different world.
Yeah.
And it reminds me, I know we said we weren't going to do these quick asides, but I remember I went out once. It had been ages since I'd been out. Kids were young. Went out, looking good, looking smooth, leather jacket on. Went into the pub, put my hand in my pocket, bring my wallet out. You know what was in there? Wallet wasn't there. Bonjela. If you know, you know. You know. Went back home. Did you have a good time out, dear? Yeah, it was all right. Pub looked nice, didn't stay.
Yeah, I did similar. I went to a meeting, got my notebook out, opened it. It's got scribbles all over it. Tried to find a pen in my bag, pull out a dummy, a baby wipe.
Excellent.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. Trying to maintain this professional looking image, and it
but so we all try to present the same professional image, but everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's going like, you're pulling a dummy out and people are going like this and this, and everybody's going like, that was me last week, but I covered it up.
There's not really much point in pretending. I don't know why everyone just doesn't go, oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's been there. If they haven't been there, they're gonna be there. And then it hits them harder. Those young kids who are going like, yeah, remember that? When she pulled out the dummy and yeah, then it's like, oh dear. It's like you're going to a meeting and you're like, that's a, what's that? What's that smell? Oh, yeah. Why do I smell of nappies this morning? Oh, all right. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, you would
Why
get
are you
everything
happy
ready
in
to
the
go
meeting
to
today, Mr.
nursery or
Nelson
something
Ashley?
like that.
Well, I just felt more relaxed, you know.
Yeah, I'd end up with baby sick down my suit as well.
You know that style.
Yeah, I don't have a book about that. I got rid of all my baby books a long time ago. I have got one about sleep though, which is really good.
Do you want to bring it out?
I am going to get it actually because there's a
Go
really
and get it.
I'll see if I can find it.
All part of our drive to get sponsorship from bookshops.
Oh, I don't know what I've done with it. Oh well.
You probably used it as a pillow.
Well, he does say if you fall asleep while you're reading this book, I won't be the least bit offended because I'll be very pleased. But essentially, he says if he could give you this thing that will make you feel better, make your physiology work better, make you stronger, make you calmer, make you less stressed, make you less prone to disease, make your brain work better, your all your systems work better. How much would you pay for it? And he said basically it's sleep and it's free.
Well, I remember not so long ago, I saw this interview for a former FBI agent, and he was going, right, one of the key things in the FBI and the CIA is the productivity, right? And you can only be productivity if you have certain routines. And an essential part of the routine, like pretty high up on the list, like number one or number two, was get the X amount of sleep, regardless, because you can only push your body for so long, you know. And if you push your body for so long, and you get that sleep deprivation, poor decision making. Poor decision making, your life and the life of your colleagues, your team, and national security become a major risk. So yeah, sleep, get it.
Yeah. So what I've been trying to do is I was looking up the best way to. That's probably where the sleep book is. It's probably inside because I was reading it. And it's one of the things is to sort of you're right about the routine. Yeah, I'm glad the FBI say that, but it's to sort of have a regular going to bed time, regular waking up time that gives enough time,
Yeah.
and to have like little. You've talked about this before, like little rituals that you tell your body, your physiology, and your brain.
Yeah.
It's getting ready for bed now.
Yeah.
So I started doing all of that. You know, I make the room smell nice. I've got the essential oils.
Yeah.
I've kicked my husband out, not of the house, just out of my room. And yeah, going to bed at the same time, turning my I listen to a book in the evening on the and putting a timer on it so it doesn't play for hours.
Okay.
Because I was doing that and I think that keeps you awake actually.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get that sorted out because I think that the sleep routine, they call it sleep hygiene in the NHS.
Oh, do they? It's an
Yeah.
interesting phrase.
Yeah, it's sort of getting a routine kind of sorted so that you very rarely get that disturbed. And if it's regular enough, it doesn't matter if occasionally gets disturbed because you've got enough in the bank.
Yeah. That's really interesting. So it's getting back to this FBI agent, right? It's because like I've heard it when you travel abroad, right? I've heard that the way to not feel disrupted is if you stick to the same pattern, regardless of which time zone you're in. So if you travel somewhere and it's a 2-hour flight and the time zone is different by 2 hours. Whenever it was like you'd have your breakfast at 7 a.m. in the UK, for instance, wherever you are in the world, when it's 7 a.m. in UK time, that's when you have your meal. So that way you're not affected by jet lag and time zones, etc. But this FBI agent, he was saying something slightly different. He was saying that you don't get affected by time zones and all that sort of thing if you have a really strong routine. So he was saying that one of his FBI colleagues, what they would do is like first thing in the morning, they would have a boiled egg, right? So that set them up for the day. So no matter where he was in the world, right, he'd have a boiled egg because boiled eggs, eggs are quite easy to lay your hands on in most places in the world.
Unless you live in America at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can get them, but you have to pay triple prices. Well, you can get them. So it was so basically he said like if you as that particular person there, that was their routine, right? So it could be you wake up, it could be you have a particular cup of coffee or a particular drink at a particular time. So because that gets your body into that, because you've programmed your body to get into a particular mode. So you're saying like this particular person had a boiled egg. So no matter where they were in the world, when they got up, right, they have a boiled egg, and then their body knows, oh right, the day has started. So before the boiled egg, you had the boiled egg. The day hasn't really started, but as soon as you had the boiled egg, right, the day has started, and so it doesn't have to get like okay, I normally get up at 7 a.m. UK time, so then you could be some parts of the world. It's like okay, 7 a.m. UK time is.
So you do the same routine at their time.
Yeah, you do the same routine at their time.
So your body is getting the signals it's used to, and it just follows its own pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if your routine is a triple espresso.
No.
That was bad of me. I shouldn't have done that one. Well, I couldn't resist it. It was an open goal.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting you say that because that's what I do with my dogs. They know their whole day. They know what sound is what means what, and when I'm gonna go to bed and they have to go into the kitchen and go in their bed, I just go bed, and they're straight into the kitchen in their beds. They know the routine all the way through the day.
Well, you've done a Pavlov on them, haven't you?
Yeah. But
you've done Pavlov's dog experiment on your dogs.
But I guess it works on us as well to an extent. We get signals, and that makes life a bit simpler, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, we develop those patterns. Those patterns become more ingrained within us, and we get used to them. Then we have that we have those trigger signals, and we're good to go. And so all we have to do is to make sure that those, we know what we're clear on what we're programming into us.
Yes, that's a very good point.
So it's a case of like, okay, I go to the pub, I drink X number of pints, I feel great. I can only feel great if I have X number of pints in the pub. So yeah,
because that's
we can program ourselves, but we've got to be careful. We've got to be very hyper aware of what we're programming into ourselves and how.
Yeah, well, especially with addictive substances, like when my brother wakes up, that's his trigger to drink a litre of vodka. Really?
But is it? I mean, vodka is clear, right? Vodka is clear. So if it was a case of it was water in a vodka bottle, would the mere fact that it looked like vodka and he opened the bottle and drank from it, would it have the same effect purely because it looked like it And that ritual was the actual, I have the bottle, I open the bottle, I drink.
Well, my auntie decided to test that theory when he was staying at her house.
And and drum roll.
Without him knowing, went into his room, got his bottle of vodka out, tipped it down the sink, filled it up with water. Yeah, that didn't work. The result was a lot of shouting and him going out to get a litre of vodka. But it's a good theory.
Yeah, it's a good theory. So then it comes down, if you're breaking, if you have a ritual, then that's in different parts. Then is what part of the ritual is the key point?
Yeah.
So for instance, if you're going to like the boiled egg situation, or the cup of coffee situation, is it the boiling of the water, the grinding of the coffee beans, the taste of that particular coffee, or even the coffee cup that it's in? Is there an essential? Is it, if say if that's the order? Does it, if you can't get your hands on that particular sort of coffee, does it make a difference? Yeah. If you can't get your hand on, you've left your cup behind, your special cup behind, your mug that says best mug in the world. On it, if you don't have that cup, does that still affect the ritual?
That's interesting question, because that's like the sportsmen, isn't it, that have their rituals before their games.
Yeah.
There was this footballer who'd watched, I think I might have told you this before, he'd watched Teletubbies with his kid before a game.
Yeah.
And then he played absolutely brilliantly, and now before every game he watches Teletubbies.
His kid's 20 now, isn't it, or something like that?
Dad, I don't want to watch Teletubbies.
His son's going like, Teletubbies? No, Teletubbies hasn't been on telly for years. What are you doing? Don't break the ritual.
He carried on because he didn't dare not have that ritual.
Yeah, didn't want to risk it.
Didn't want to risk it, yeah. So, but that wasn't doing any harm. Whereas you're right about, it depends which habits are, if you're getting into a habit that could potentially be harmful for you, then that's probably one to avoid.
Yeah, but so you've got to be, it's all about being intentional again, I suppose, isn't it? We know that we start doing rituals subconsciously because we love patterns. We're hardwired for pattern recognition. I'm sure you're gonna, where you're nodding now, you're gonna pull out a book any second now. You're gonna pull out a book. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. And I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. Next, if you haven't got one now, next week you'll go like, aha, you made your recognition.
No, but we are hard. I love narrative psychology and story making and sense making and pattern recognition is exactly, we're so hardwired for it. A creative writing exercise I do with students sometimes is I like give them, I've got a random word generator thing, and I can give them 5 words and give them 10 minutes. They will have connected those 5 things and made a story about it. And we just love, our brains just do that, don't they? They make sense of things. They love a pattern. They love a link.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yes, you're right. Being intentional about it, being aware is the important key, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Does my pattern make sense?
Look, maybe we should do a PDF on that. Maybe we should.
Yep. We could do a PDF in this is not a toolkit.
Yes. About forming your own rituals and pattern recognition. Could be useful.
Yeah. And the thing.
Maybe we'll sleep on that.
Yeah.
Think about it in our dreams.
See what we come up with.
Yeah.
And on that note, if you've listened to this in the evening, we wish you a very peaceful night's sleep. And hope you have good sleep hygiene.
Fantastic. Which is like, but what you don't want is to listen to me going like, yeah, here we are. Nelson Ashley, Nicola Morgan. Happiness is Easy podcast. Enjoy your sleep. Wow.
No, that's what we don't want.
Maybe have that in it when you want to wake up in the mornings.
That's the wake up sound. That's the
wake up sound.
That's the coffee. Okay, right. I'm going to go and get on with the day, I think.
Yeah, we'll get on with the day. And yes, so shall we end with a quiet fade out, or should we go out with an energetic bang?
With a bang.
Okay, so here we are. We're leaving you now. You've got to enjoy your day. It's me, Dominic Nelson Ashley, and Nicola Morgan. Happiness is Easy podcast. We know it isn't, but we're here to help. And also, we're here to help you sleep. That's it. See you next time.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.